Welcome to the show. This will be a recap of what happened on October 23rd when the Media Tech students visited UTSA, PBS, San Antonio College, and Texas Public Radio, with a few sidetracks on how our day went. Now, I'm Agustin Lopez, and I'm joined by
Ricardo de Hoyos
and Victor de Luna.
And this podcast will go chronologically what happened, starting at 4 in the morning to 4 p.m. in the afternoon once the trip was over.
Starting off getting to school at 4 in the morning.
That was tough.
And then I remember parking on the side where the baseball field is at, and walking across, and I see like everyone just sitting down next to the little stand. Yeah, the little stand, and everyone's just there waiting, and we all got in our buses, as we were calling them. We were calling the buses.
And we stopped by Whataburger.
Oh yeah, we stopped at Whataburger.
Just to eat our breakfast, and that's where we left.
That's where we took off.
Who fell asleep in the Suburban?
Everyone but me and Victor.
I did.
Everyone
not
but you
sleep.
and Victor slept because you guys were playing, was it Smash Bros?
Literally everyone was sleeping at one point, except for me and Ricky.
Then we got to UTSA.
Well, I don't know when to get there. We got there like 10 minutes before like the
it was
scheduled time.
Yeah, it was like on the dot, almost on the dot. It was like at 8, because like traffic was so bad. I remember we couldn't even move, and it was such a nice campus. It was a beautiful campus.
It's a beautiful campus.
It was so nice, but we went to their communication section.
Oh yeah, located in the main building.
And the guy that had to speak to us, he really didn't know like the programs, and we went to go ask, and it was like there wasn't much.
Oh, yeah, because that's the thing with UTSA, they don't have a radio television program, so it's more it's theoretical if you're going to communications, like he was telling us, Dr. Paulo Blanco was telling us that they teach public relations, and they teach you how to make videos and stuff in another program. But
it was a club. It was an after school club. It wasn't even like a class or a thing. It was an after school club made by students, which is kind of neat, but I mean, it's a club and not a class.
Yeah, it doesn't tie it back to, was it giving you like a degree at the end of like 4 years?
So it's like, I don't know how I feel. I feel really iffy about that.
It's Rowdy TV and Rowdy Radio. That's the student clubs that they have in UTSA, but it's student run and student produced, and that's like that was the kind of killer that they can't give you a degree for it. Like, people will give you jobs, won't be able to like legitimately see that he knows what to do.
Yeah. And plus, I also like the fact that they had their own newspaper that all made by student.
What was it called?
El Paisano, and it was all made by students, which is really neat because I mean that's what I'm working on here in class. We went to the marketing, and also that was really theoretical. It was mostly for like working with big companies, but I mean most of us weren't even looking for that. We just wanted experience. That's basically what it was. Work hands-on. So UTSA was great, but for me, my opinion, it was a little disappointing. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't go there because I just don't want to. It just doesn't have what I was looking for, or my career, I guess you can say.
It doesn't have your degree.
Yeah, because it's so theoretical. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about it.
Would you go to UTSA?
No. I mean, it's so pretty. It's such a nice campus. But it doesn't have what I'm looking for. After UTSA, when we went to PBS.
Oh yeah, PBS.
Which was pretty awesome. We got there. They attended us so nicely. They showed us where they bring in guests and interview them. They showed us the room, how to work the backgrounds. They showed us one of the managers that was there. And you interviewed someone, right, Agustin?
Yeah, I was checking out their little, was it single person booth for like people who do like narrations. But while I was looking at that, you guys were with the editor, one of the editors for PBS. Yeah. And I was like, oh, let me give them their time. Then when they're gone, let me go talk to him. And so when you guys were gone, looking at the on-air rooms, I was talking to the editor. And I had my H1, and I was recording his voice, and he was saying, you can start up from like ground zero and like work your way up. It's like I always thought that was really cool. And that was it. Him, he started off with like basic jobs, and their manager too.
Yeah, because also him, he was saying, right, that he was like a janitor.
Yeah, was it? He said, like, he started off by saying, when we first saw him, because he was passing by in the corridors, it's like, oh, welcome to PBS. We hope you like it. And then he's like, just so you know, I started off by sweeping the floors.
Wipe the camera cables every week. Buffed the floor with a big buffer. Did lighting. And,
Worked your way up.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that.
He's
Welcome guys.
They're free.
Thank you. I know, I love you. I came from Brownsville.
And then they took us to one of the studios
Oh, yeah.
where they
This
they-
giant room. It wasn't empty, but it was massive. It was like 25 feet high.
They even
30
said
feet
that
wide.
they let cars in.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
They have like military cars to show them or whatever, like on TV, because they host a TV show. They have the curtain, the backdrop, and everything. Yeah, and I remember I was walking around, and like back they had so many props, like so many
Oh,
different
yeah.
backgrounds.
But they're all covered up, right? Like this one big panel.
Yeah. And then they let a couple students read from the teleprompter,
Yeah, what was it?
and you did that.
Yeah, me and other couple of students got to read from a teleprompter.
Well,
Yeah.
it's safe to say that it was one of the best, if not the best place we visited on the trip, and especially after the semi-disappointment of UTSA and their program.
Yeah,
everyone
it-
got hyped.
Yeah, it really made up for it because we left UTSA all kind of like down,
Mm-hmm.
and then PBS just boom. Everyone, even I remember Humberto, another
Yeah,
student.
he was ecstatic.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
yeah.
He was so happy, and that place was really cool. The PBS, especially that they allowed a couple of students, whoever wanted to go, of course,
Yeah,
read the
was it?
teleprompter and the thing.
And they even sent us the files that of people who read the script.
Yeah, because they were gonna edit them, right? Because of the green screen.
Mm-hmm.
That was honestly pretty
Yeah,
fun.
so they had it all planned out for us. Like they knew the tour and like what to tell us, and they even set that up.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. They even let us.
compared to like other places that we went to.
But yeah, like Victor said, compared to like UTSA, PBS was so much better. And also, this worker there, he's an editor. Jay, he helped me out because he talked to us, and he was like, guys, he's like, all these people have been here for like 20 years, and I'm new. I never thought I would work here. But he said he started working there because he just started volunteering,
Mm-hmm.
started taking internships, and he said that it's possible because you know how most radio stations, they have like years of experience that you
Yeah.
need or that they require you to have years of experience. But he was like, as long as you keep working, or like you can get the job. And he helped us out a lot. After PBS,
And we went to go eat and half price books.
but half price books, first of all.
Oh, that's
First of all,
the best thing ever.
half price books. Best place that I've been to. I mean, not.
Ricky walked out broke.
I walked in so happy, walked out broke.
Honestly, I think everyone bought something. Like at least one thing. I bought a book myself. And,
Yeah.
and Ham got like
30.
20 cassettes.
Oh, and he got like so many VHSs.
Yeah.
Well, they were each $1, so that wasn't that bad. And I got there. Dude, it was amazing. It was full of books. It had
Oh, it's like the first time I walked in, I'm like, this place itself is just something to marvel at. It was like this, not an old house, but it's kind of like a rickety old house. Like, you know when you imagine in Harry Potter, like the Burrow,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
Weasley's house,
Yeah.
and it's all like, it's this like tower. It was like this house that's more like a tower, and it has one like room sticking out, and then another room sticking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it looked really small from the outside.
Yeah, it did.
But then you go inside and it's like
It's a
books
lot.
left and right, and then there's DVDs on one
They
side.
had a whole vinyl section.
Yeah, they had so many DVDs. They had vinyl sections. They had VHSs. They had the whole book section, which is where I bought Game of Thrones. I bought the first 4 books there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought
Yeah.
the whole first 4 books of Game of Thrones, and then Humberto is like, dude, there's comic books, and I'm like, oh my god, and like I couldn't even carry the books, you know, because they're big.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Gage, friend, another student. I was like, dude, you gotta help me out. I can't carry these books. So I look into the comics. I get at least 8 comics, and I'm like, dude. And then there's like another section where they have like toys or like collectibles.
Oh,
Board games and stuff.
Yeah, and I bought like 2 metal posters, and I was like, dude, I gotta stop.
You gotta get out.
I gotta get out.
That
And like
happened to me too.
and like I wasn't even done looking through the store. And if I kept looking, I would have bought more stuff. But I had to leave. I couldn't. I had to buy a bag to carry all my stuff. I bought the 4 books, the 8 comic books, the 2 middle posters. And honestly, the one thing I forgot was the bookmark. I didn't get a bookmark.
I didn't buy a bookmark either.
So it's like I bought all those books for nothing, you know? Because I don't have a bookmark now. So honestly, I've never been to that place, and I thought I would never go to a place like that if it wasn't for this trip, because it was awesome. It was amazing, honestly. Happy place. My happy place is Half Price Books. Stay tuned for part 2 here at eaglepublicradio.weebly.com.